Good evening. So today is December 8th, and 2025 is about to come to an end. And there has been so much that's been going on in the news, in the markets. I haven't even been posting that much, I haven't been doing much. But we're going to look at something that is breaking news, something that is big, and something that might be worth getting into. So, what is that thing? We're going to be looking at Bitcoin right now. So, Bitcoin came out a long time ago. Let's go back to how far it went back. You know, let's go all the way over here, and let's not even go to the 4 hour chart. Let's go to the 1 day. So Bitcoin has been around for a very long time. Since 2011. It didn't start getting traction until about 2006, 2015, 2016, and that's when it started to go up. This was the first time, like this was the time in 2017, 2018 when Bitcoin started to make news headlines. When everyone started talking about it, when everyone started investing in it, this is where it just blew up. I actually started investing into Bitcoin in about 2016. The price was only about $600, $700 at that time. Did I know that it was going to get up to $100,000? No, I had no idea. Well, the thing with Bitcoin is that it went up all the way to about $20,000, and then at this point, Warren Buffett, as well as CEOs like Jamie Dimon, said that it wasn't going to catch on. They influenced people's decisions. They said that it wasn't going to catch on. This time, Bitcoin cryptocurrency was still very unknown and new. So it started to drop and it went back down to 6,000. I sold off around here. So I didn't get to ride that big, huge, amazing Bitcoin wave like some of you may have. But, it's okay. So I sold off around here. And then, for a few years it was just stagnant. It didn't really do much. And then it just started to come up again. It went all the way up to 65. It dropped down to 30. Went all the way back up. It dropped down. And then in November, after the presidential elections, I have no comment about the presidential elections. I'm not going to get into my political stance and my political views. I'm usually the type of person to keep things to myself. I think it's kind of personal to speak about politics or religion or anything like that. So I'm going to keep all of that to myself. And I think people should, because it just causes conflict in society. And you shouldn't. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into it. So after the presidential elections over here, you can see that Bitcoin jumped all the way to about $104,000, and it's expected to go up now. Before Bitcoin was used by drug dealers, by people who didn't want to get traced, it was very, very sketchy. It was a very unknown source of payment because there's no way of tracing the money. If it was transferred to somebody you don't know, you couldn't trace it. You couldn't track it. Nowadays, it's still a little bit sketchy. A lot of scammers use Bitcoin. If somebody's asking you to pay in Bitcoin, I probably wouldn't do that. It just wouldn't be a good idea. But it's going up. So if you're going to trade on it, I would suggest holding and investing or trading. I wouldn't suggest necessarily paying with things with it, or accepting it. Maybe you can accept it as a payment, but if you're going to pay for something with it, be very, very careful, because you don't know like who the person is, what they're doing. It could be a scam. So just be very careful. So that's enough with Bitcoin. Let's look at another thing. Let's look at the S&P. S&P is at an all-time high. Look at it right here. We're all the way at $607. We're doing great with the S&P. It might be a good idea, if you don't want to trade, to just invest moderately. Put $100 into it every week with your paycheck. Put maybe 200, 300, however much you want. Excuse me. We're expected to have a bullish year. So you can do that if you want. It's expected to go up. So that's it for today. I'm not going to give away too much information. If you have any more questions, reach out to me, admin@awakeGlobalCapital.com. Send us a little message. We'll talk. If you want to get to know what we're doing here, how we can help you, then reach out.